trouble is going down through the entire town, wreaking anarchy and all it brings. I can't sit idly, no, I can't move at all. I curse the name, the one behind it all. Discord, I'm howling out the moon and sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon. Discord, whatever did we do to make you take our world away? Discord, are we a prey alone, or are we just a stepping stone for taking back the throne? Discord, we won't take it anymore, so take a tyranny away.
Geek BAH here, and welcome to the My Little Pony Vlogs. It's been a while since my last one, but I really haven't had the time. But I'm back now. Today I've got plenty of time to do this. So let's start with episode 4, Applebuck Season. Now this was an okay episode, and it delved into an issue, a real issue that real people face. See, Sweet Apple Acres, where Applejack lives with her family, is experiencing its apple harvesting season. It's a basic thing you would expect for that kind of thing. It's the season to pick the apples and everything, yeah. However, Applejack's brother, Big Macintosh, often called, at least from what I've seen by the brony community, to be called just Big Mac for short, is injured. So Applejack is the only one able to buck the apples from their trees. Now, obviously, this would cause a problem. Obviously, it's a big apple orchard, apple acres, as it's called. So, for Applejack to be doing this alone, that's kind of hard work for one pony. So, what does she do? Does she ask for help from her friends or from other people? Nope. She insists that she can do it all herself. Twilight and her friends try to help, but she refuses. She just won't let them help. Because of this, she becomes very wary and very tired from all the work she's doing, but still upholds her promise to help with other people, other ponies around town, because that's something that Applejack does. She helps other ponies. It's just her nature. She's helpful. Now, in the town, in Ponyville, they are going to give her an award for helping out, for being so helpful. However, she kind of goes into a sleep-deprived daze and starts completely messing up things while still trying to help. She's still trying to do good, but her sleep deprivement is really hurting that. At the end, Twilight and the friends basically intervene and insist that Applejack lets her help, but she still tries to refuse. However, she eventually finally collapses, and completely breaks down and relents, allows them to help. And because of it, it's quickly completed. Now, is this episode really amazing? No. It's not amazing, but it has an interesting message, and a good message, and one that the target audience of this show should know. That sometimes, yes, you do want to try to do things on your own to try and show that you can, but you have to still accept help from your friends when you need it. It's just an important thing, even for adults. Some adults, actually more so than kids, try to do everything on their own. Teenagers, too. I believe that friends are there to help you when you need it. That is the entire point of them, to help you, to spend time with you, to hear you when you need somebody to talk to. That is the point of a friend. And, it's a good message to show. Like I said, it's not the most amazing episode, but it's good. So, let's move on. The next episode, episode 5, is called Griffin the Brush-Off. This episode is an interesting one, to say the least, and it actually gives a very wild message to it. Here's the basic idea. Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash sort of become even more friends with each other. their friendship becomes even more strong after they find out that they both share a common interest, which is playing harmless practical jokes on other ponies. I mean, the practical jokes they play are harmless, they don't hurt anyone, and they're mostly just for fun, and even the other ponies just laugh them off. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just having fun, a little bit of fun, and it's fine. However, Rainbow Dash's childhood friend from flying school, Gilda, a griffin, soon arrives in Ponyville to basically hang out with Rainbow Dash for a little. You wouldn't think this would be a big deal. I mean, yes, an old friend coming, and it's been done before where the old friends and the new friends kind of have a clash type thing going on. And this one's a little different, though. Because at this point, Pinkie just completely finds herself left out because Rainbow obviously wants to spend time with Gilda. And Pinkie was having so much fun before with Rainbow Dash. And sorry about that, by the way. I'm just... yeah. Anyways, Pinkie was just having so much fun with her, and now it's just... she's feeling left out. So, Pinkie keeps trying to get involved. She keeps trying to hang out with both of them. I mean, it's okay. Why can't she hang out too? However, Gilda starts acting very rudely towards her and towards the other ponies in town. I mean, it's not that she's playing practical jokes even. She's sort of doing that, but she's doing it in more harmful ways and more mean ways. And I believe there's even one part where she makes Fluttershy run off crying, and that being a fan of the Fluttershy character, who's my favorite pony from the show, being a fan of her, I found that a little upsetting, because Fluttershy's character is this really nice, really helpful, cute character. And to see someone like that who's just so good just be broken like that is just, it hurts. So Pinkie becomes determined to cheer Gilda up and change her. And she does it with a party. I mean, because Pinkie Pie loves parties, right? Now, at the party, Gilda actually seems pretty interested, but ends up becoming the victim of several practical jokes. And they're really some interesting practical jokes, too. So she starts yelling at Pinkie Pie for them, and starts saying, oh, you only did this party to prank me and whatever. But then, and she basically calls her a loser, and says that she'll always be a loser, and you know, that whole deal. Then Rainbow Dash admits that she was the one who set up the pranks. And is saying, oh, does that make me a loser then? Now, this frustrates Gilda, and she can't understand why her best friend would do this. So, Gilda flies off and leaves Rainbow Dash behind. And at this point, Rainbow and Pinkie reaffirm their friendship, and yeah, this episode, as I said, actually has a very powerful message. And it's really about knowing who your friends are and hanging out with the right people, because a lot of times kids hang out with the wrong group, and it will often cause them to stray off the right path. And it's completely understandable that they would do an episode like this. But it is one that speaks to people because it's real and it's powerful. Gilda was the old friend who Rainbow Dash liked. She liked her. But Gilda had become this rude, like almost angry type of person. And Rainbow didn't see it at first. Rainbow didn't see it until Gilda basically started hating on Pinkie Pie. And Rainbow, who had become good friends with Pinkie Pie, realized that her friend was berating her other friend, and that hurt her. So it's honestly a very good episode. It's not the best one yet. It's still not as good as either of the first two, but it's good. Now, I'll go over one more episode for this video. I watched quite a few episodes at a time because I just was interested. So the next episode is episode 6, Boat Busters. Boast Busters, sorry, not boat. Boast. This one is actually a pretty interesting one itself. It's the kind of story has been done a million times, but I think it works the way they do it, especially towards their target audience. Boastbusters centers around the great and powerful Trixie, a unicorn who arrives in Ponyville. Now, unicorns in My Little Pony are the known magic users. They're the only ponies who use magic, just like the only ponies who can fly are the Pegasi, obviously. So Trixie comes in and starts boasting that she's the most powerful unicorn. And she starts out doing stunts performed by Twilight's own friends with her magic. And she's basically boasting and bragging about herself and acting like she's hot. Crap. I don't want to say the word. But you get the point. Anyways, Spike, the baby dragon, he keeps trying to have Twilight stand up for her friends and use her magic to outshine Trixie. But Twilight refuses. Twilight thinks that if she uses her magic to outshine Trixie, the rest of the town will hate her. Basically because she thinks they'll see her as a braggart and someone who's boasting as well, due to her own powerful magic. And I mean, that's a really real message, because it's insecurity, and insecurity is something everyone can relate to. But it's the same thing, this episode sort of goes into why you have to be proud of your gifts. Now, in an attempt to prove Trixie's power to Spike, two colts named Snips and Snails, yes, there is a pun in that, lure a giant Ursa Minor bear into town for Trixie to vanquish. Now, at the time, they think the Ursa Minor bear is an Ursa Major bear. And obviously, the Ursa Major would be the parent. And a big, giant, star-like bear. Well, it ends up being just a baby Ursa Minor, but it's still huge and giant. So, because Trixie had actually bragged before that she was able to defeat an Ursa Major bear. So, like I said, Snips and Snails, who are fans of Trixie, try to prove her power to Spike. They lure the bear into town so that Trixie can vanquish it. Trixie freaks out. She just loses it because she knows she was lying, and she does. I will give her this. She does actually try to do something, but she fails miserably because most of her magic were just simple tricks, and she's just not as strong as she tried to claim. However, Twilight realizes that she has to do this to save everyone. So she uses her own magic and starts to lure the bear to sleep and return it to its cave. Now, Trixie runs off. She's freaked out and kind of angry that she's been shown off. And the town begins to thank Twilight. And now, at this point, Twilight realizes that it's okay to show off sometimes when the timing is right, when the reasoning is right. And she realizes that they accept her and her magic. Now, obviously, the title Boast Buster is a pun on the title Ghostbusters, the movie. But there's really no connection between them. There really isn't. But yeah, 14 minutes long. I gotta stop now. That's up to episode 6, so I guess I'll see you next time.